you know.
Wow. You know, that is a big question because we do face so many challenges, and I am so moved by all of the arguments that were made here today, and I think that it's so interwoven. I am definitely moved by the argument that if you don't have your health, what do you have, right? But health is so integrated with so many other issues. You know, where you live is oftentimes dominated by how much income you earn. The neighborhood that you live in then impacts what type of food that you have access to. Whether or not it's safe for you to go outside and exercise, period. You know, so all of our issues, and of course the quality of education that you receive. So all of our issues are so interrelated. I find it very challenging to pick just one, but I would argue that I think in terms of the solution, one of the best things that we can do is this, maybe it sounds simple, but maybe it's not that easy. We need to love ourselves.
Amen.
We need to love ourselves because when you love yourself, even in the midst of challenging circumstances, you will not let others define you. And that is critical for maintaining your sense of self. Anybody jump in?
I will piggyback on the last speaker and say the biggest challenge that African American women have is they have no political clout in the total scheme of things. Some of us do because we have access and we've had opportunity, but a large majority don't, and that speaks to the health care where no matter the income level, we can walk into a situation and get lesser level of health care than others. So what is the solution to that? Because I do believe, as everyone has said today, we've identified the problem. We can say these things. We've got to start talking about solutions. And so I believe it is using our organizations in our communities, our faith-based organizations, our civic organizations, using the school as a community hub. It's happening on the east side of Wilmington, where in 3 of our schools, Bancroft, Stubbs, and Palmer, they are they have joined forces with local banks, J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, to really put structures around what is happening with the children for a longer school day, but a part of it has an element for the mothers and the adults to come in and take classes and learn skills. So loving ourselves is hugely important because when we love ourselves, we put ourselves out there to have a voice. We've got to find a voice.
Yeah. I would add, certainly I think health is very important, but I think also, you know, there's something called that I talk about a lot, the superwoman syndrome, and I think that's the biggest problem we have. We are the mommy, we're the cook, we're the sister girlfriend, we're the psychiatrist, we work, we do all this stuff, we gotta make sure we look all right. All of that, all it takes us off course sometimes in making sure that we are selfish. And that is a bad word in the community. I can't tell you how many times I've told women, be selfish, take a bath. And they're like, no, I have to take care of this and this and this. I can't be a good Dr. Sharon if I'm not a good Sharon, to me. And so when we talk about, I think, the issues of African American women, we are pulled in so many directions that often there's nothing left for us to give ourselves. And so I think we have to reprioritize. And really we have to also teach our young women to, again, that Superwoman is dead. She actually never lived. It was a figment of our imagination.
Well, my sense is, I mean, I have the pleasure of serving on a national board called the National Crittenden Foundation. And then I'm also, there's agencies around the country, and I'm also on the local board. So I have this tremendous opportunity to interface with young girls all the time. And the one thing that I believe is probably the most critical issue is that these young women are invisible. And we've launched a campaign that's called Young Women at the Margin. And so you look at all these issues, be it pregnancy, you know, our young girls are being trafficked, you know, they're disproportionately in the juvenile justice system, but they're invisible. And so we really have tried to build leadership so they can become their own best advocates, their own best spokespersons. We've taken them on the Hill. We've given them the opportunity to really share their stories and not sort of script them. You know, a lot of organizations like to script young girls when they go and speak before groups. And it's the most empowering thing to see. And so I think that the big issue is that these young women are not invisible. We see them every day when we go to work, when we're in the shopping centers, And the kinds of things that these young girls say happen to them, be it even in the school systems and others, is just atrocious.